What's good? Welcome to another episode of Sneaker Mind. Today is Monday, the 18th, 2022, July, and we got a few things dropping tomorrow. Um, this right here just gonna be about the Jackie Robinson, like I told you. I mentioned a few other some dunks and stuff. I probably put that information right at the end, but at the beginning, I just want to get it right into it. This is that presentation I wanted to bring you guys about Jackie Robinson and why I believe Nike chose him to release a shoe in his name and his honor, and just give you a backdrop for most of you guys that don't know about Jackie Robinson, who he is, and what he did to baseball, and what he did to America. You know, how he set a tone where, or I should say, he was a part of a tone where segregation um, was abolished and really taken away of when it came to the sport of baseball. Baseball, if you don't know, is one of the most racist sports that there was in the beginning. I mean, all of them were, but baseball was really predominantly just for them. Like, we had issues when it came to basketball or football and things like this, but with baseball, they even made their own league. Like, there's just a whole league for, they call it the Negro League for the blacks. And that right there just give you a gist of really what's going on and how the time was in that era where we couldn't even drink in the same water fountains, let alone play on the same baseball teams. And then at the rate of that, how the pay was and how they were respected um, as athletes was totally different. Like, it was the worst type of treatment that any human being would want to be under or be put in. So that was a big thing about that era and when he was coming up in. Cool fact about him. Let's get into it. Who is Jackie Robinson? Jackie Robinson was a military soldier. He was in the military, and he was born in 1919 in Georgia. So they marked him as an American hero just for the things that he did and the barriers that he broke. But let alone being in the army and having to put up with the racism there and all the treatment that he had to go through and being in the army. And that's another thing if you think about it. I'm fighting a war with you about the country that we live in, and I'm still getting disrespected and treated some type of way where um, I'm being called niggers and I'm being called the disrespectful words and names and stuff. So it's kind of crazy how that whole thing comes apart. And then he turns around and does something that he's very talented at, which is playing baseball. And he gets more of this type of treatment, which is uncalled for. What league did he play for when he did play baseball? He played in the Negro League, and it was for Montreal team that he played for, which is like a minor league baseball team. And they like how they do minor leagues and stuff now. They just still have farm leagues where they'll probably pick up some of the players, but they'll never get to play. And believe it or not, if you didn't know, Jackie Robinson wasn't the first black to play baseball. The first black to play baseball was a man named William Edwards White, and he played for Providence Grays National League in June 21st, 1879 to June 20. His last game was the same day he played. And he was basically just a sit in, but nobody really knew about him because his skin tone was white, so he passed as white. And he really didn't see himself as black. Back then, a lot of the males and females that was fair skinned always wanted to go towards the white because they got um, better treatment than the ones that were considering themselves as black or niggers. So it's something that you should look up to and look into. It's very interesting and it's very understandable why they did it back then, but nowadays it's the time to own up and be a part, be who you are, and that's what we're speaking to existence. And then there was another player named Moses Feetwood Walker, and he played for the um, what is it? The Blue Stockings, and that's the American League team, Toledo, and that was May 1st of 1884 to September 4th, 1884. And then there's one more, Weldy Walker, which is Fleetwood's brother. He played for the same team, the American League, from July 15th, 1884 to August 6th, 1884. So they got in a few games they played, and then we all know that Jackie Robinson played for the National League, the Brooklyn Dodgers, in April 15th, 1984, or 47. So it was a 63 year color line when Brooklyn Dodgers started the Hall of Fame Jackie Robinson at first base on opening day, April 15th, 1947. So that was his first game, and that goes to tell you that in 1879, when it first happened, they try to wipe it under the rug again and try to make it seem like it never happened, and that's what they like doing, and making Jackie Robinson the face of it because of the era and the time. They're so embarrassed of us, and at the same time, they don't want to honor and respect us. But getting back into it, Jackie Robinson, um, he was um, he was drafted into the Hall of Fame 1962, Baseball Hall of Fame. So that was another great thing that he did. He broke so many records in stats, points, uh, just a lot of different things that he did where he changed the game. You know, his position, he pretty much played everything, but he was a second baseman, as I said. But he was a great hitter, great base runner. Um, the things that he did was just amazing. So Jackie Robinson also had three children, and he had two boys and I believe a daughter. And his sons, one of them went to the military. He had a little bit of issues, but he did, well. His wife was very prominent, and she did well for herself. Um, Jackie Robinson, he passed away on April 24th, 1972, and with his passing, it kind of it gave the family heartbreak and different things. But when he passed, before he retired, um, he was doing great. He worked as a banker for a local bank in Georgia, and he lived his life well, like he wanted to. In 1997, MLB retired the number 42 across all major league teams, so his jersey got retired. Also, his college team retired his jersey, so he was honored by that. Um, the UCL the Bruins, is the ones who retired him, and he had the All Star game 1945, six All Star appearances, World Star champion, MVP, Rookie of the Year, batting champion, stolen base leader. Los Angeles Dodgers number 42 retired his jersey. 42 retired and across MLB. UN Brewers, Monument Park honored him. Major League Baseball All Century Team. So he broke records, man. He was doing his thing. Jackie Robinson I believe, is a great shoe and a great tribute to him, just because all those things that he did at the time that he lived, when there was high segregation going around, a lot of hate, a lot of envy, and there was just no one that wanted to really see you win back then. No matter what you did or what you tried to do, you can be passed as white, and they'll still treat you. They'll know. They can tell. And um, I honor Nike for doing this for the community and just for his legacy. This is just going to be another stepping stone for him. Hopefully, they'll put this in his biographies and everywhere online so people can know about that. He has a pair of Nike Dunks. When Dunks is a big thing right now in this era that we're in the 20th century, 21st century, where a lot of things are going back to that way where since COVID happened, we're still segregated as people, as the has and has nots. It's probably not really um, focused on the color right now, but it's more or less the what you have in your wallet. You know, what are you carrying? How much do you have? Can you do things that others can't? Can you? Are you complaining? Are you living life? Are you stressed out? So these are the things that they're weighing us now on and separating us on at a thin line. Do you have the shot? Or do you have the jab? Do you not have the jab? All these different aspects are happening now in our time of life where we're still feeling like we're segregated. A lot of us don't speak up about it. A lot of us don't want to get into that conversation, but this is what it is. This is the real truth. We also see it with bots, people that bot for shoes and people that don't. The manual shoe coppers and the non-manual. So paying attention to that, cook groups to non-cook groups, um, all these different separations to keep us in a box, to keep us separated from one another and not working as a team. And it's given a lot of the past feelings coming back, the past traumas that we have as humans, as Americans, start to build again. Start to notice that the CERN opening up is really serious. But I didn't want to get too deep and go too much into anything to the left. I wanted to keep it on Jackie Robinson and him playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And that's a fun fact too. Did anybody know that the Dodgers was from Brooklyn before they came to LA? So you also noticed that he was up north, away from the slaves, but he was from Georgia, which he was his family was plantation owners or plantation servants. So they were crop shares. So they worked the land. They wasn't slaves, but the first couple one, which is William Edward, they named him as a slave, a Negro slave that played. So a lot of us just hearing that we're all slaves when we was all slaves, but servitude is definitely different than a slavery. It's something that you need to research too. But being said, you're still gonna treat us with a frown on your face and not let us in and give us our own league and degrade us and talk to us about us bad. Like like I said, man, it's all wrapped around in everything that we do. We just gotta live our life and be the greatest that we are, and that's what it was. The Kansas City Montreals is the team that he played for the Negro League. But it's just crazy. Um, right after him, there was a bunch of other players that got drafted and was in the was in the MLB league doing well. Like we even got Satchel Paige, we got Larry Dugan, Hug Thomason, Wildred Brown, Dan Bankhead, Roy Calypso, Sam. There's 20. This goes on and on. Bobby Boyd, Sam, Willie Mays, Martin Irvin, but all these people broke barriers right after the first year of 1947. Right after that, people just start rolling in all the way to 1951. So that's what I'm trying to be able to do here with this type of page, with this type of content, giving you guys some backdrop about the reasoning and the history behind it. 42 is a big number with gematria, also with a lot of the Freemasons and all that, but it all connects, and that's all I just want you guys to do is just pay attention to the connections. Um, this is more than the shoe copping. Everything's more than shoes for me, more than music. It's more, man. It's more than life. Like the opportunity we have here to do the things that we do, it only gets better here. So I just wanted to give you guys that. Know a little bit of history about the reason why too, because we got the All Star season coming up, baseball. So they're Nike's being real um, diligent, and paying attention to these releases and making it hype. It's all about the hype. Now, getting in the hype for tomorrow, we got the LV Forces dropping also tomorrow with um, these dunks along with a pair of high dunks, two pair. And that being said, the LV hype is is insane. The prices is set at these wild prices, that the bag prices that they charge. So I was hoping that there were gonna be some retail price or something reasonable, but I guess that's retail for Louis Vuitton. Um, but Off White, still waiting for you to drop those green beans. That probably not gonna happen for a manual copper like me. But if you didn't know, also there's raffles going out on the UK or the UN websites. They got the N.com. I'll put Ralphie's link in the bottom of the description so you can go watch his video today. And he had all the links where you can go ahead and sign up for the raffles on the Travis Scotts. And then back on the hype on the LVs, they're on the page right now. They got a clock for clocking the countdown on the clock on the LV website. If you're going for those forces, there's a bunch of them, about 9 pair dropping tomorrow. So good luck to you guys on that. I'm gonna take the pass on it and focus on the dunks. The dunk highs, I want the blue and orange ones. I really want to get those ones. The green ones I kind of want, but now I just seen that they're dropping some high pandas on Nike. So go ahead and go check out the Nike app. Type in dunk lows. They got a women low pandas, all family sizes with those. And then if you pay attention, they bumped the price up. Now the dunks, pandas are going, the lows are going for 110 now. So how do you guys feel about that? Leave a comment below and tell me how you feel about the price going up on the pandas. But we do have a panda restock dropping on the 21st. That's the day supposedly the Travis Scott's drop also. So you see what they're doing with that. And if you check out the Travis Scott website, we have a password page up for the Jordan lows, or we really don't know what they're for, but they got a password page up for that. We still haven't seen them on the sneakers app, so we're wondering when that's gonna drop. So keep hope and just stay focused on that. Keep diligently checking on it every day. We don't know. Just like today, we just had the Panda restock happen. We were thinking it was going to happen in August, but they did it a little earlier. And then also the highs are dropping. So Panda High drops in men's, and those are what I'll go for and drop the green joints that I wanted to get. The the 100 green ones. I got the olive green ones, so I was good with those. But I want the package of the highs, the dunk highs, panda highs, and the panda lows. So that's why I'll be going for to substitute those. And then I'm also still gonna focus on the the drawing, because these are gonna be a drawing for the Jackie Robinsons, and they're going for 130 tomorrow. It's a good buy. Also got the trip coming up, so I don't really want to buy when I'm be out of town, just for delivery purposes and all that. So plus I want to see what I can cop in LA, see what they got in store. So I'll just take the little money and try to find something I missed out on. Hopefully I'll find the twos. That's gonna be my mission. But if not, the OG twos is dropping. I'll talk to you guys about that later. And then another hype thing I wanted to say that they got hyping other than the price going up. They're hyping the um, the Jordan, not the threes, the Jordan 1 hype, but there's another hype that I seen on there that's coming, and we're gonna talk about it when it gets closer. But just pay attention to these hype beasts that's going on right now at the end of this month. When it's gonna be a real tough month this month. So we got the tomorrow, and we got the 21st this week, and then we got next week's pretty much stacked. We got a few things dropping that we got to pay attention to. But it's all about just focusing, following your YouTube content creators, keeping up with them. But my major thing this month was the Jackie Robinsons and the Travis Scotts. If I can get those, I'll be legit. If not, I like these rebound shoes that they have coming out. They have these dunks this week, and then they got the dunks next week. So let's stay tuned, stay focused, and let's try to cop them all. I'm out.